RBG Central. The way we've gone tonight so far through the lower bracket, we've been following RBG up to this point. And the big question is, can they continue this momentum to knock out SpaceStation?
Yeah, that's definitely going to be the big question from them. Like I said, both teams were knocked to the lowers by afterthought here, and they all went 5 games. So now it's going to be whether or not, RBG, they're coming into this one with a lot of momentum. That's not to say SpaceStation probably haven't been playing in between games, but they do have some energy going into this matchup, and I'm excited to see which one pulls out. I mean, my thoughts at first are obviously SpaceStation Gaming. I feel like they're going to be a very faster, more team-oriented gameplay here by them, but we'll have to see as we get this underway.
The storylines have been writing themselves. If you're playing the storyline drinking game, take one, as AXB will play this out to Sypical. Ghost Gaming awaits the winner here. That was Mist joining Ghost Gaming to take out Birds and the Bees, his former team in the lower bracket. And Seabass being the, former substitute for Ghost Gaming this past season in the RLCS. That one goes off the back wall, off of Sypical, and cleared away by Aeon. So a chance for Seabass to maybe prove that he deserved a starting spot if his team can get through into the Montreal main event. Aeon will clear this away. AXB for Arsenal. And I think a lot of eyes are going to be on Arsenal as this event continues to roll on to see how he fares after his former team, the Peeps, didn't do so well in this qualifier.
Absolutely, and we're talking about the Peeps. The Peeps got knocked out by Tequila, who then lost to RBG Esports. Now, if we're looking at how Arsenal has been playing earlier on today, like I said, I saw the matchup between him and Afterthought, and he did look good. He looked pretty good, especially on offense. And he's definitely one of those players where if they start to heat up, then it's an entirely different problem to shut them down all in one swoop. And I think that that'll be something to pay attention to this game, because I don't think RBG is going to be able to shut down Arsenal the same way Afterthought did earlier on.
Seabass gets a fire off at the net, and AXB just clipped a piece. Rapid will finish this off, but how about the save by AXB to keep that alive?
Yeah, save from AXB, and he gets bumped a little bit there by Sypical when Sypical's on his way back to net. He has the boost, but he can't get a proper jump in time to actually make that save, so he has to watch that one go in. And RBG, they do take a goal. This is definitely going to be an interesting game one.
To update you on South America, yes, Sam has a qualifier for Montreal as well. They have had a bracket reset, INTZ, with a clean 3-0 sweep over Lotus in the first best of 5. They're going to play another starting relatively soon over on Rocket Street Live. Glad you're joining us here for this one, as one of these teams will get Ghost Gaming for a shot at Montreal. It is Aeon to clear this away. Trying to go through traffic. Got this pass out in front, but it goes way too strong all the way across. Now Sypical for AXB, and Rapid will clear it away. No equalizer just yet for SpaceStation. This could be trouble going down the other way, and Arsenal just gets a piece.
Yeah, Arsenal getting a piece. You see Rapid, he's going through, trying to see if he can find a demo as well. He will get AXB, and that might slow down the SpaceStation offense here. They're allowing Seabass to carry this one all the way into the midfield, seeing some similar signs from the Tequila match where they allow RBG to move all the way downfield, but SpaceStation might have a good counterattack. Arsenal gets the flip reset, but Rapid knocks it away. And you can see SpaceStation still having that offensive possession. They're looking to see if they can find a goal.
It is Sypical, his shot denied by Rapid. The defensive wizard of RBG stands tall yet again. And now Sypical coming on. Rapid's going to get there first. Seabass trying to get a touch on that ball as he comes back through the mid. And now will be AXB. He's got Sypical downfield. He's got Arsenal across, but the shot's high. AXB to follow it up, and it goes wide.
Rapid, he should be able to clear this one out pretty easily. I mean, this one gets past all 3 members of SpaceStation. They're all bunched up on the side. AXB had to struggle to get the boost. He barely makes a touch there and is able to follow it up, but there's a lot of bunching up so far from SpaceStation Gaming. They've been getting punished for it so far, but they haven't been able to find the back of the net. Some good shot chances, though. Sypical, he's going to pass to AXB. Does he have the double? He will knock it down, but Rapid is able to make the save.
We're seeing good passes go out to the center of the field for SpaceStation, but Those shots are coming from the midfield line. You got to get those in a lot closer. AXB floats another one up, but nobody can challenge. Now Arsenal will try. He got that one over Seabass. AXB for Sipical to tie the game, and Aeon's in the way. Defensive bunching a little bit, though, for RBG. That cost them a counterattack, and now they have to go on the defensive end, and they're up to the task yet again, at least for now. Rapids sends another one out.
And Arsenal.
Oh, that's sent away too. All right, Devs, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say Arsenal was in net looking for a bump. Typical's getting demos here left and right. They're trying to put on this aggressive offense. Arsenal close, but that's a big whip from him. And Rapid is finally able to clear this out. That was the perfect opportunity for him to score. And with less than 10 seconds left on the clock, I think RBG hold on to this lead.
Arsenal needs to pinch this, and he tried, but it went the wrong way. AXB for Sipical. He's got to cover a mile to get there, but the ball will stay alive if only for Rapid does not kill this. Instead sends it all the way downfield. Aeon will finally kill it, and while things got hairy for a moment at the middle of the field, RBG starts off this series the way they did the last, with a 1-0 win.
Exactly, like you said, they're able to maintain that 1-goal win, but SpaceStation, man, so much good offense from them, completely opposite of Tequila's. They're able to continue to apply that offensive pressure, get some quality shots on net, and they really forced RBG to be in a tough spot. They just couldn't hold on to that possession long enough, gave it away, and then RBG were able to maintain it, move downfield with it, and set up some plays of their own. This is going to be a definite back-and-forth series between these two teams and how it works out. But control of the midfield and control of possession is going to be key here as we get into game number 2.
You talk about covering all your bases. This is an RBG eSports team that they've got multiple avenues to try and get into this main event at Montreal. Outside of just the open sign-up, they've already qualified for the World Gaming North American Championship, where the winner of that event gets an invite to Montreal. So they got a couple of shots at it, and it may be a good thing if they allow stuff like this from Sipical.
Yeah, I mean, Sipical, he has this one. Seabass with the read, but Seabass does get a piece of that ball too, but Sipical has him read, redirects it into the net. Great effort from SpaceStation. They got some fight in them, and they're showing it right now.
All right, misspoke a moment ago. They have not secured a spot in the grand finals of that. They are part of a closed qualifier for that event as well. Seabass now starting this play off for RBG. Rapid shot's going to be set away. Got another piece of that ball, though, and the attack stays alive for RBG, at least for the moment. Another ball going through. Aeon trying to get a couple of different players. Hit on neither. And now Sipical just floats this up and forces RBG to use a lot of boost to clear it away. It will be Rapid off of Sipical. Seabass met by AXB. Challenge game on point for SpaceStation. Open opportunity for Arsenal. He'll set up Sipical, who scores again.
And SpaceStation Gaming are starting to wake up here. Arsenal with a lot of space. He can either shoot or pass. He decides to go high, gets Rapid out the play, and Sipical has the last defender beat. A great touch from him. He's been excelling with these aerial shots. That's going to be his second back-to-back, and we're only in the first minute of game 2.
Another great challenge by AXB sends that right in front of the net. Rapid drop-down pass from Aeon, but Seabass can't corral it. Arsenal takes out Seabass, the punishment for not being able to make the play. Another demo, this time Arsenal on Rapid. Sipical lurking, but he can't score his third. Instead, it's cleared all the way downfield. Seabass trying to keep the play alive. He cannot, and Arsenal will have it away. Aeon off the corner. Didn't jump in time to get a clean look at that. But now AXB battling with Seabass. It has been all SpaceStation Gaming in this second game, trying to tie up the series. Rapid has to retreat. Aeon is there, but he can't get a good touch on that ball, and nothing doing yet again for RBG.
Yeah, but RBG are slowly starting to take control of it. Never mind.
Go ahead.
They were starting to take control of it. They were having some pressure, but look at this lap in rotation. and Arsenal catches it, redirect on net, and now SpaceStation up by 3.
Famous last words. 3 minutes remain. 3-0 the lead for SpaceStation Gaming as they get kind of a cheapie there on the open net. And now it will be Arsenal coming on here. Might have got a piece of that ball. No, it went right through him. AXB now. Backboard. Aeon clears it away. He has kind of been handcuffed in this game. He hasn't been allowed to go up to the backboard on the offensive end and make the plays we're used to seeing. Rapid trying to pinch that along the ceiling, but not quite the pace he was looking for. Seabass around 1. Through 2 more, and it goes in! Seabass finally breaks through.
Good job here from Seabass. Look at that dribble. Gets it past 1, and man, he baits out 2 members of SpaceStation and plays the 50 perfect going low with the challenge as well. This does bring a little bit of momentum back in RBG's favor. They get a goal on the board, and there's still plenty of time left on the clock.
So now Arsenal up to the ceiling. What can he do with this? No, he just lands on the backboard. AXB now. Just throwing another one in front. Arsenal is there as well. So here comes Rapid. Here comes RBG. But a big demo on Seabass disrupt things. Arsenal shot. That deflects through and in.
Arsenal, look at this play from him. He has all the time in the world. Gets the flick and then the dunk on Aeon as he attempts to make the clear. That's nasty. And it pays off big time for SpaceStation. They maintain a 3-goal lead here with 2 minutes left on the clock.
The lead is back to 3, and it may expand even more, though instead, Sipical stayed back a little bit. Of course, they don't need to chase any more goals at this point. A 4-1 lead, as close to insurmountable as it gets. Arsenal able to at least stop Seabass from forcing that ball through. Sipical, his shot, back wall, and Seabass has the clear. This forces through yet again, and Seabass has done it again!
How many times can Seabass 3v1 here? Technically, it's a 2v1. He gets it past 1, and then he wins the challenge for AXB, who's last man back, and pushed that one right into the net. Very, very good 50s here from Seabass. He's gotten 2 this game. How many more will he be able to get? He cheats on the kickoff. That one doesn't go his way. It'll be Arsenal, and we've seen Arsenal on the solo dribble, the mind games here coming out, but it will get sent away by Rapid.
All the way downfield for Rapid. His shot's going to be saved by Shaka. Arsenal coming up big to keep it a 2-goal lead. Now it's AXB all the way downfield to kill more time and force RBG to retreat. Another ball sent in. That's well timed up by Sipical. And he'll throw another one down. It's like a rubber band. Every time they get downfield, SpaceStation Gaming there to repel them. It is Arsenal again. What can he do this time? He gets around Aeon. Seabass is waiting. Can't force that ball through with 40 seconds left. Rapid again out of the corner, but AXB is sitting there waiting. Now Seabass. Can't force this through either, and now SpaceStation Gaming has set up a wall at midfield. They are not going to let RBG through. It's going to take something spectacular in this final 20 seconds, but they have to stop shots from coming in. Rapid finally does, but look at where his teammates are, way back on the goal line. Final 10 seconds as RBG looks for one here, not gonna happen, and SpaceStation Gaming have tied the series.
Absolutely, and what a good effort too. I mean, they had some fantastic plays downfield. We saw a Sipical, he did that every time, except this time he does it on his own net. Like in the air, he drops it low, and it always goes in. He did it, got them the 2-goal lead. RBG tried to strike back, but Arsenal had a response for that. And they ended up taking this game too. It's looking really good for them in this series. Like I said, it just seems like they started to wake up. And for RBG, it's a whole new challenge for them. And we'll see whether or not they can make those correct adaptations moving into this next game.
So for RBG so far, we're going to do caster math here for a moment, which is very dangerous. I've got him for 13 goals in the last 2 matches and only 6 assists. A lot of solo plays, especially from Seabass with the pair of goals he scored that game, trying to drag RBG back into this. But they're going to need team plays. They're going to need Aeon to wake up and run wild, I would think, if they're going to stand a chance against SpaceStation.
Yeah, honestly, I'm more surprised that you can do math.
Wow. Unreal. Cloud Fuel, who let this toxic person on this broadcast?
I'm the toxic one here.
We are a welcoming community here at Rocket League Central.
Yeah,
here is Aeon. This ball goes all the way through, and AXB will clear it away. AXB thought about going up for this one. Aeon is coming on. Arsenal now for Sypical all the way through. As Rapid is rotating back on ball side, he'll have to give way to Seabass. That demo from AXB should slow down SpaceStation, and it will be Rapid who at least gets us out towards midfield, but can't complete the clear. And SpaceStation are all over them. AXB
does it by himself. I mean, he does have help from Sypical, a beautiful pop-up, but look at that follow-up. They weren't expecting him to get that touch. Upper 90 corner, bar down and in. Beautiful touch there from AXB. Solid follow-up from him. And all in all, a good pass played there from SpaceStation. That's how you start game number 3.
Arsenal around the corner. His pass for Sypical results in another goal, and AXB and Sypical have added 2 big goals in the first minute.
Right off the kickoff, you even see Sypical take that mid boost, so you know he's going to follow it up. And man, does he get there quick. Rapid's in the air, but he's too little too late. And Seabass feels backflip right in front of the ball. And now they're down by 2 in the first minute. I mean, every time so far in this series, there's been either 1 or 2 goals scored in that first minute.
RBG on the wrong side of early goals in this series. It is Arsenal going to try to carry this through himself. We saw Rapid do that earlier, and he was not able to get anything going there. Oh, Sypical. He is putting on a clinic right now, and if he had scored that, he might have just about pulled the series at that point.
Yeah, he's hit every one of those shots where he's upside down, kind of like in this angle.
Oh, my goodness.
He usually hits him. That's the only one he hasn't missed, and that would have been a fantastic goal. Like you said, pretty much would have shut down the series at that point, but he's definitely looking like he's starting to warm up. Arsenal switched off the Fennec to the Octane, so he's definitely changing things up too. And SSG, a lot of control right now. RBG are looking pretty quiet.
It almost feels like sending a message. We've seen Aeon styling all throughout this lower bracket, and all of a sudden, here comes Sypical, scoring from just about every angle imaginable as Arsenal's taken out of the play. But it really is edge of your seat stuff every time you see Sypical up. Arsenal is up. Sypical is on the ground this time, but AXB comes in, and he'll score under the bar.
Good shot there from AXB. Seabass not expecting it, because it looks like Rapid has this one covered. Honestly, it was Rapid missing, and then AXB kind of stealthing behind him, using his ball, his Octane as cover. And like I said, Seabass not ready for it. This is a 3-goal lead as we approach the bottom half of game number 3. If this goes on, this is going to be SpaceStation taking the series lead.
In stark contrast to the stat a moment ago for RBG's assists or lack thereof, this one included now 7 assists in this series alone for SpaceStation Gaming.
Yeah, for SpaceStation, it just seems like they're going to start to run away with this series at this point. 4-0, bottom half of game 3. And if they keep this momentum up going into game 4, it's going to be dangerous. It's already rough for RBG right now because SpaceStation are warmed up in this series. I mean, you score 4 goals. You have Sypical getting some great shots. AXB getting hot too. Like, this is going to be tough for them to really shut down. It's going to be the biggest challenge they have this tournament because if they lose, they're out.
Arsenal leading the way with 3 of those assists as Rapid is denied by AXB. And it just, you haven't, not having talked to players that have played against Arsenal, but just watching how teams react when he's on the field and he's playing this well. When Arsenal's going well, it feels like there's a 4th car out there on the field on his team. It is just nearly impossible to slow him down as he gets another pass off for Sypical, and AXB tried to force that ball through.
And they're still looking.
He found that angle too.
Another one here for, I'm telling you, he's warmed up. He's ready to go. He's been hitting impressive shots all day today. Great shot on target. I don't know how RBG are going to be able to shut him down.
That is incredible. We've seen Sypical score from top right, I think top left, top center, bottom left. God, he's found every angle. The only thing he hasn't found is Waldo at this point. Here's Sypical again. One-on-one with Rapid. Good luck. Now he's got a teammate in AXB, but Aeon makes the save. At midfield as RBG just waits for this game to mercifully come to a close. That one's headed towards the net, and Rapid will clear it away.
I think everyone's waiting for this game to mercifully come to a close at this point. This has been just domination from SpaceStation Gaming throughout the entirety of the match. You can even see how uncomfortable RBG look once SpaceStation are on offense. They have to use this time, this last minute at least, to really find their footing and really just get back into control of the pace of the game. Try to look for some things that are wrong with SpaceStation when they move the ball upfield. Find that break, whether it's in the rotation in midfield, whether it's in the pass plays that you cut out, or on defense with the counterattack. That's a good start from Rapid with the shot. But they definitely have to turn that on as we get ready to go into game number 4, because this was not the best. Wasn't a good performance at all. Shut out by 5, 30 seconds remaining. And yeah, they have to really get this game back into their hands. Otherwise, they're just going to fall out of the bracket.
You saw that great shot by Rapid, but who made the save? It was Sypical. He has done everything he possibly can to make RBG's life absolutely miserable in this series. Seabass trying to throw one out for Rapid, but Rapid expected another clear because everything else SpaceStation has done in this series, they've done flawlessly. 5-0. A clinic in game 3 as SpaceStation are 1 win away from one more shot at Montreal.
Yeah, that's a big game for SpaceStation. This one definitely was big. I mean, first off, hitting over 50% of your shots, as well as making some tough stops. I mean, holding RBG to 0 goals and just scoring 5 back-to-back. I mean, the only person who didn't score that game was Arsenal, but he did land a couple of assists in that one as well. So, I mean, I think that for SpaceStation, they have all the momentum moving forward in this game. RBG, you can see Aeon, he's the only one that's not readied up at this point, just kind of waiting for the clock to run down. I think that's good. They do need to reset. They need to do as much as they can to kill this momentum from SpaceStation, because they're already warmed up. They're already hitting great shots, solid pass plays. Like, that's a recipe for disaster if you are RBG eSports. So taking this time, at least this minute, to figure stuff out and then getting into the game is exactly what they need. And hopefully they can really pull things together as we get into game 4. Otherwise, it's going to be SpaceStation playing against Ghost to qualify.
It will be SpaceStation and Ghost if SpaceStation wins here. Again, Ghost Gaming winning 3-1 over Birds of the Bees over on the Rival Esports stream. If you're joining us from over there, welcome. We hope you're enjoying this match. Hope you also check out the boys over at Rocket Street Live. Their grand final still going as well. We will send you over to Rival when this is all said and done for that qualifying match in North America. But for now, it is RBG trying to stay alive, trying to prolong this lower bracket matchup. Sypical again! What doesn't he do?
This is, again, good shot here from Sypical. Aeon tries to get it through past Arsenal. Rapid coming off the ceiling, but you can't stop Sypical at this point. He's too hot right now. Every shot is going to be placed well, and Rapid just wasn't able to make the save.
Seabass coming along, and I believe he got the boost and the ball, but can't do anything with either, so now it's AXB. Sypical, his shot on and off the crossbar. It looked like that was going to find its way in. This one is off the crossbar as well, and Aeon will clear it away. RBG running out of lives here as AXB will send this over to who else but Sypical, and it's yet another clear.
Another clear. Look at Aeon move that downfield and right to Rapid. I mean, they're starting to really get this ball out of their end, which is a good sign, but it'll go right back downfield. Sypical redirect. And yeah, you already know it's on target. I don't even need to say anything.
I'd already written it down. As soon as that pass went out from AXB, I just looked down like, yep, G for Sypical. Yet another. That makes 7 goals in the series.
You know, I can call this. I can call this at this point because Typical's too warmed up. He's too hot and he's hitting bangers, and there's no one stopping him from RBG. Like, you got to demo him, take him out the play, or keep a calm or an eye on him, and they're not doing any of that. He's getting clear shots, clear redirects, and he's putting them on target every single time.
There have been more one-sided fights in UFC that haven't been stopped at this point. Here's AXB trying to get this out of the corner. Seabass doing all he can to try and force that through. And had this been game 2, he might have done so. But since then, he has not been able to force anything through the defense of RBG eSports, who have been stifled so far in this series. It is AXB to the corner again. A lot of zone time for RBG, but nothing coming from it. Rapid coming off the back wall trying to get a crazy angle. He cannot, because he is not typical. That ball is thrown across as Seabass will get credited for a save, and Aeon will try to clear the zone, but can't. Arsenal again for AXB. That goes too strong. Arsenal is going after Rapid. Here comes Typical again. Double touch to keep this alive. Who else will he find? Arsenal? No. It's finally sent downfield. Seabass got it on target, and RBG has life.
Absolutely. And for them, they have to take these opportunities as soon as they come. It's a slim chance of Aeon getting that ball to Seabass, but he doesn't. Seabass recognizes, I have to put this on. Beautiful doink by him on target as well. 2:34 left on the clock, and they make the most of what little they have. RBG down by 1 here. They need another one to at least tie.
Seabass, that was a very good pass. Got right to him, but he couldn't control it. Rapid with an opportunity. Fakes out Arsenal. Trying to take his time. The defense recovers, and AXB swats it away. I think Aeon goes right through Typical here to get downfield. Trying to keep the play alive, and now RBG with a big flourish. But now they have to play defense. This is where they struggled against SpaceStation. They're up to the task this time. Rapid has Seabass in the middle of the field, but Seabass will keep waiting for a pass that never comes. Now Aeon to the back wall. Seabass has Rapid waiting, but he has to rush back because here comes Typical. Tough angle for him, and he can't get a shot off. Minute 35, RBG hanging on by a thread, but Aeon needs to scramble back and just clears this away.
Yeah, right now, I mean, Aeon doing a good job of making the stops. They're keeping up the 1-goal deficit. They got to get this ball out of their zone, though. And it does seem like they are starting to get a little bit more aggressive on offense, which is allowing them to get some, at least attempt to make an opportunity happen on defense. That being said, SpaceStation understand the situation. They are smothering the ball, or at least they're trying to. Rapid has a lot of space here. Aeon's going to drop that down low, but that's an easy save for AXB. With a minute remaining, they got to get a little bit more creative here. Otherwise, SpaceStation are going to run out the clock.
Seabass got a piece of that ball. He's lurking downfield. Rapid's pass will actually find him, but I don't think Seabass expected that to go through. Certainly Aeon didn't. He couldn't recover. 45 seconds. It is AXB not able to connect with that ball. Rapid can't get through Arsenal. Arsenal the one standing strong now. Just holding this ball in the corner. Rapid needs to get to this. He does! Wow. Downfield! Nobody home! Tie game!
And there, again, another example of them having slim chances. Rapid reading the defense and just barely is able to beat out, I believe that's AXB. No, that's Typical to the ball. And redirect that one right on net. They've just been getting these clear open nets off of some missed rotations here, and it's starting to pay off. For SpaceStation, you got to get refocused and get back into this one. Otherwise, we could see a Game 5 scenario.
You went from trying to close things out to now trying to win this before overtime hits. Seabass. It's Typical. Back in front, and that goes all the way through with 5 seconds left. AXB. He will look for one more opportunity, but the ball is not going to touch down. Typical may have to recover. No, Arsenal lets that go down. And we go to overtime in a must-win for RBG.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be down to who has the best rotations here, especially who can be on top of the ball very quickly to follow up on a teammate's touch. You can see already Arsenal and Aeon up into the air, but Arsenal wins that one. This is a lot of pressure for Rapid, and it doesn't matter because he can only do so much from that position. AXB is going to score that one, and that's going to be GG. SpaceStation are going to move on to play against Ghost.
Well, it was typical all series long, but AXB was right there among the best of anybody, scoring clutch goals for SpaceStation Gaming. And this new look squad with Arsenal added, they look like world beaters right now, and they will try to take out Ghost Gaming with the winner going to Dreamhack Montreal. What a performance from SpaceStation, especially in that third game that put them on the hill.
Absolutely. I mean, for them, SpaceStation had, I mean, I kind of called it at the beginning of this game. I thought they had the edge here. They were able to play a little bit close to RBG, especially when that game number one, RBG came out swinging, but SpaceStation had the response. It took three straight. It was a very close last game number 4 for them, but once they found out how to really put RBG on the back end, they saw a chance there. Rapid was very uncomfortable, couldn't make a quality touch, and then unfortunately for him, it was pretty much a 2v1 situation. His clear got cleaned up by AXB, and that'll send him home. But I mean, it's a great effort from RBG Esports. But this tournament isn't over. We have one more series between SpaceStation and Ghost Gaming. Now it's over for us, Stacks. We got to watch now, but I mean, that might, it's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. If you are a fan of Rocket League and wanted to watch it today, boy, you have picked one fun day to watch it. You've got over on Rocket Street Live, INTZ was down 2-0 after resetting the bracket. They are trying to force game 5 and get a reverse sweep to punch their ticket to Montreal. And we're going to send you over to our friends at Rival Esports, who will have the North American final. Last chance for SpaceStation and Ghost. Winner goes to Montreal. Thank you for joining us here on Rocket League Central. We hope you enjoy the Qualifier.